Hey guys, welcome back to
Welcome back.
Unit 2 of our attraction marketing for social media. So today we're going to talk about one of the most important things for you in your business, and that is building your database and how you can do that using social media. And I'm super excited about some of the stuff that we get to share here because I had no clue on most of this when I got started using social media. And it makes your life so much easier with these tools and these tips that we're going to be sharing with you today. So hold on tight. So I love this right here. This is like the best question ever when wanting to connect with people that you meet offline. So when you come across someone as a cold market person, like if you're in the grocery store, at the library, at the gym, anywhere like that, and it's like, you know, you want to connect with them and you want to do it the easiest way, this sentence is the meat and the potatoes and everything else that's just awesome. It's like, are you on Facebook? Remember, 2 billion people are, so more than likely their answer is going to be yes. And so you want to get connected with them right away, okay? Because most people will really give you pushback when you ask for their phone number, and yet they'll connect with you on social media without, you know, breaking a sweat at all.
Right.
So it's a really amazing, amazing way to build your database just by using that question, are you on Facebook?
Yeah, it is truly unbelievable. And I've actually gotten to watch this many, many times. So handing somebody a business card is now, it's up to them whether they ever call you back. Getting someone's business card or getting someone's phone number, it kind of creeps people out sometimes. With this, there's a lot of freedom in it. And even if you get connected on Facebook and they don't like you or you don't like them, you can always unfriend each other. It's a very simple way. But Marci is the absolute master of this. Everywhere we go, whether we go to a supermarket to buy groceries, whether we go out for a drive, anytime
Mexico.
we're around people, we don't even have to be in the United States or even in Arizona. Anywhere we go, when we meet people for the first time, after there's some kind of rapport established, and again, you just walk up to somebody, hey, are you on Facebook? Because that's going to creep them out too. But once you've established some kind of rapport, some kind of connection or conversation that's ongoing, Marci is the absolute master of this, and I can't wait to get to a couple slides ahead where we can show you how she's streamlined this approach from here, type in your name, she'll open up Facebook, give them their phone, here, type in your name and do it that way. There's a much simpler way, which we've discovered over the last couple months we want to share with you guys, but it's absolutely super cool.
And this is not something that Marci created or Marci discovered. This is something that Marci has learned from other people that are really proficient at using social media. And so that's what this is all about. That's what these units are about, is us passing on the best practices for you to be successful using social media. So first of all, we need to have activities that we're doing on a daily basis. Just like in any other part of our business, our daily mode of operation is what's actually going to get us the success that we're seeking. So something that we really work on really hard is unfriending and adding members every single day to our Facebook friends list, okay? So you say unfriending, it's like, yeah, we have to unfriend because sometimes there's negativity in people that they just can't help. And that's not something that we want on our Facebook feed. So you have a couple different options here, because sometimes with your family, because a lot of times the negativity comes from family members, right?
Comes from your close circle sometimes.
Yeah, it makes it really hard because you don't necessarily want to go and unfriend them because then you don't want that backlash, but you can actually go and just unfollow them, and then you won't have their stuff show up in your newsfeed as much. So that's an option for you there other than unfriending them. But then when it also comes to building your LifeVantage business and using Facebook as a tool, we are actively unfriending LifeVantage distributors from our friends list. Not because we don't want to be friends with them, but because they're already in the business, they're actually making a cloggage, right? Yeah. In the movement of our information, because they're the ones that are really seeing our stuff the most, and they're already in business with us, right? And so what we'll do is we will send them a message and let them know. It's like, hey, I'm really using Facebook as a tool, and so I'm not accepting and I'm actually unfriending a lot of LifeVantage distributors. I hope you understand. Please follow me anyway. Okay, yeah. So that's where your unfriending can come in place. Do you want to talk about adding friends?
I want to comment on this as far as the unfriending and how to make it so where it's acceptable, because sometimes it's not an easy situation. Mm-hmm. but I'm going to give you some examples on why it's very beneficial for you to do so and start thinking that way. If you've ever made a post about something and you're trying to, whether it be a lifestyle post and you're trying to be discreet about it, and then somebody from LifeVantage comes in there and says, oh yeah, LifeVantage rocks, Pro Tandem rocks. And they basically just sabotaged everything about your post, not intentionally, but now they let the cat out of the bag. They talked about your company name, which you were intentionally being secretive about, not secretive in form of withholding information, but attraction marketing. And they just basically blew it for you. And that happens a lot. So you want, and they're, again, they don't do it intentionally, but avoid those kinds of things by unfriending the right people. Because as Marci said, if they're already in LifeVantage, they're not a prospect for you. And they're taking up a very valuable position that a prospect could very easily take. And the other part about it is, like Marci said, about unfollowing. Unfollowing people that are very, very negative or very religious, or they drop F-bombs all over the place, or they're very political. Not that there's anything wrong with that. You just don't want that necessarily to be constantly everything that you see when you're interacting with that person. You see somebody on Facebook. But as far as the unfriending and friending part of it, the friending part of it, again, that's where you're using those groups we talked about before. Relatability, people that you have affinity with, people that you're engaging yourself with, and anybody and everybody that you come in contact with that you like. Get them on Facebook, become part of their friends, and add them to your database.
Have your ultimate goal be as many friends as possible that are not LifeVantage in your proximity on Facebook as quickly as possible. Facebook will allow you to have 5,000 friends. But we have some warnings for you, okay? Because there is such a thing as Facebook jail. Yeah, and you don't want to find yourself there ever, right? So some of the things that you need to make sure that you are aware of that can get you into Facebook jail is, number one, adding too many friend requests at one time. So that's why we put 5 friends a day, adding five friends a day. If you put more than 10 friend requests out every single day, then you're getting on the borderline of possibly being somebody that Facebook might be looking to put, in handcuffs and throw into jail there, right? Yeah. Or how about this? You have too many of those friend requests that you've sent out that have not been responded to or accepted. Having too many outstanding friend requests that you have sent, not that you've received, but that you have sent, can also get you into Facebook jail. And so it's important to go and manage those requests as well. And then if you're being spammy, do you want to explain what spammy is?
Yeah, well, let's explain first of all what Facebook jail is. So they will literally take away your ability to post. They will freeze your account and not let you post or comment, which you definitely don't want to do. But being spammy is, hey, I just got involved in this company. It's called LifeVantage. We have all these great products, Nerf 2 technology here. Here's an attachment. Here's an attachment. Here's a link. Here's a link. It's like, whoa, you're bombarding people. You're trying to give somebody a drink from a fire hose or a fire hydrant. You don't want to do that. And if you're constantly taking websites, like your website, putting your website in a post or your link in a post, it's going to start triggering some Facebook indicators and some of those algorithms, and it's going to get you in trouble. So that's called spam. We don't want that. People don't want to receive those kinds of things, and Facebook doesn't want to allow those kinds of things, which is why they came up with Facebook jail in the first place.
Right. So Facebook is all about developing these relationships, right? And creating that attraction from other people to you. And so if you send too many messages to people that you've just become friends with about, hey, I've got this opportunity that you just got to take a look at, and you send videos and all that kind of stuff, do you know that they can actually report you to Facebook too? That's being spammy. And what Facebook will do is, after you've gotten a certain amount of complaints or reports, they will put you in Facebook jail. Okay, so being spammy is no good. Yeah. We're not spammy people. We want to share this information the right way so that they will have the opportunity to make the right decision, and you'll have the best opportunity to be successful. Okay,
Facebook takes those reports very seriously. They will act on each one.
Yep, very, very seriously. So the groups we're talking about, you want to be joining those groups of things that you're passionate about, where there's something that you're good at, that you do every day or that you do frequently, that you have a basic working knowledge of, because you want to be able to add value to these groups, okay? So pick a couple groups. We're not saying go out and join 500 groups today and try to keep up with that. No, this is not that water hose that Dondee was talking about. We want you to be able to have a manageable working Facebook plan. Okay, so 2 groups to focus on per week that you're going to be able to add value with. And go through those groups and try to find 5 to 10 people within those groups that you can start to interact with on their posts within that group. Okay, guys? Because you're not just going to go and send friend requests to people immediately. All right? Not on the first go. He didn't ask me to marry him on the first date, right?
I wanted to.
But he didn't, right? He withheld. And even though you want to promote your business and get everybody to be your friends on the first time having any interaction, you have to be patient and do things in the right working order, okay? So take the time to interact with people before you send friend requests to them. Now, guys, we do not want you sitting in front of your computer all day long, getting stuck in Facebook. It will be the biggest waste of your time if you do that. Schedule out times during your day, whether it's 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at night, as long as you're being focused. Or if you have power hours where you work specifically on social media, just have it set in your schedule that this is what you're going to do, and these are the activities that you're going to follow, right? So friend requests, interacting in groups, developing relationships, and doing the attraction marketing stuff. Talk about this next one. I love the group facilitators and admin.
Yeah, so when in some of the groups that you want to join, there's actually some questions. Sometimes you may have to answer questions. Answer them truthfully and answer them as if you would be the one reading the answers and trying to establish whether or not you're going to allow somebody to join your group. But once you get in, and so again, use those questions and answer them succinctly, but answer them with some thought behind it and some real purpose. And then once you get in, look for the administrators and look for the facilitators and send them a private message thanking them for including you into their group or allowing you to join their group, and tell them you're looking forward to extending the relationship and learning more about them and contributing content to this Facebook page. Thank you for creating it.
Yes.
And then send a picture of yourself on the actual wall of the group. Take a picture of yourself and announce yourself and welcome everybody, and say the same kind of a message in a more broad approach, less specific to the entire group. But definitely hit the administrators and the facilitators, because I'll tell you, if you're the admin of a page and you see somebody or a group and they reach out to you personally, you now have a bond with them. Capitalize on that. This is attraction marketing, and the more content you create and the more available and approachable you are, the more they're going to be watching you as you watch them.
And do not mention your company in your introduction post. Do not do it, okay? So this is just about you, not what you want, okay? And then make sure that you do things as you're developing these relationships and as you've had this interaction. You're identifying those people that you really feel like you have some sort of connection with and that you want to become Facebook friends with, okay? So identify them. You want to add them as a friend. You want to make sure that you send that request and message them, private message them. Say, hey, Joe, you know what? I just really enjoyed the interaction we've had in this group. You know, thanks for all of the value that you've brought. I'd really like to get to know you better. Can we be friends on Facebook? But one thing I really want to make sure that you guys understand, this needs to go both ways, okay? So when you get friend requests from people that are in groups, or even just any friend request in general, you want to make sure that you never accept or send friend requests without that private message, okay? We're going to give you some examples of that here in just a second. Facebook Messenger.
I love Facebook Messenger.
I do too.
I didn't like it in the beginning. In fact, it took me a long time before I added the individual app onto my phone, but it's something I have grown to completely love because it is such a great opportunity. So I'll give you a couple examples. When you see you've got a new prospect, and you're interested in exposing them to other people on the team, and subtly how this works, you can create a group message in Messenger and use audio. You can actually do audio. You can do video, welcoming everybody on there. So capitalize on it, use it. You can do it through WhatsApp. You can do it through Facebook Messenger. It's a very, very informative tool and a very awesome tool to use to create groups on there.
So conversations in Messenger is so much greater than just having interactions on a wall post. because
Absolutely.
you can make it, you can totally make it more personal and more direct, right? More into what you really want to get to know about this person. So obviously, you know, we want to gain those new customers, the distributors through working through Facebook. But we have to understand that Facebook is just a tool.
It's a tool.
Yep. The relationship.
It's a powerful, powerful tool.
And taking it offline is super, super, super important. So use Facebook Messenger, become that real person. And how's the best way to connect with people on Facebook Messenger?
As I told you, I've watched Marci just progress through this. We're going to demonstrate it live for you guys right here, how it works. And it's using the QR code. So what Marci has done, and you guys all have QR codes. You're going to show your phone, right?
Yep.
So Marci's going to share her phone with you guys and show you how to set this up. And how powerful it is. And we're actually going to do this live interaction to show you how quickly, when you meet somebody, you establish rapport, how quickly you can become Facebook friends in a very, very short fashion and using some amazing technology.
You know, how cool is this? There's my phone on the screen right now, okay? So when we're looking at my phone right here, first of all, I want to go to where my Facebook Messenger is. Where is my Facebook Messenger? Sorry, I will find it here. Looky there, not there, right there. That's where I've got all the messages, right? Okay, so here's Facebook Messenger. So if you just go up here and click on your picture there, oh my gosh, look at that.
Boom.
Do you know that that's a reader? That people can read you right from there? Look at that. That's
Pretty
your
awesome,
code
right?
for Messenger. And so people can actually open up the camera on their phone
and scan it
and be able to directly connect with you on Messenger without having to type in anybody's names, find the wrong people 4 out of 5 times to be able to connect. So there you are. They can just do that right there. Or you can select the scan code and I can go into somebody else's and scan their code to connect, okay? So that's the Messenger one. So now let's look at Facebook itself and how you can do this on Facebook. All right, so here's Facebook. Down here, bottom right, where the hamburgers are at, we're gonna click on that and you see where it says QR code right here, okay, QR code. I'm gonna click on the QR code. And look, I'm ready to scan somebody's QR code, or how about my QR code? That's my QR code that somebody can scan, and Dondee's actually going to show you.
I'm going to take my phone, turn and open your camera.
So here's mine. He's going to open his camera, and he's going to
I'm going to take a picture.
You don't even have to take a picture.
As soon as I put her QR code within my screen, it opens up at the top, open in Facebook. I'm just going to take a picture of it just to show you guys. But if you can see there, it says open in Facebook, right? So all I do is touch that. And as it's going through, it's literally opening Marci's profile in my Facebook environment. And it asks, open this page in Facebook. I'm going to click open and check that out. It opens right to her page. And if she's not if she wasn't already a Facebook friend of mine, I could scroll right down like a ½ inch and hit friend request. It's that simple, guys. So, and you're using your own technology and their technology. So it's not awkward when you guys are talking about snap peas in the produce section of the grocery store because you have something in common, or you're talking about whatever the type of you're feeding for your family. It's a great way to open conversations and a great technology to literally become Facebook friends with in less than a minute. So
one thing I do want to share with you guys really fast is that the first time I went to find my QR code, I had to scan for it. I had to actually go through and find it in that list of, you know, that hamburger with the different options. I had to open it up and see them all before I could find the QR code. It was clear down at the bottom. But after I used it the first time, you saw how far up it was. Yeah. Well, how about if we make this even easier, right? See down at the bottom where it says save to phone? You can actually just click that, save it to your phone, and let me show you what I've done on mine so I can go directly to mine. So here's my photos. Do you see that top right one right there under my favorites? It's my QR code. I don't even have to open it up, but if I do, guess what? It's right there. People can scan it and go directly to my Facebook page and we can get connected. I would say in like less than 10 seconds. Yeah. 10 seconds. It can be that fast. So in this situation, she'll say, hey, open up your camera. She'll have them scroll over that, and they don't even have to take a picture of it. As soon as they scroll over it, it'll say open in Facebook. Marci will say, hey, just push open in Facebook, and they get connected that quick. Directly super to cool. My profile. How easy is that, guys? All right, so let me go back to the other screen. Awesome. So we're back here now. Let's get rid of that one. All right. So How cool was that? Was that like
Amazing.
a really cool tip? I loved it when I found that out. So we're going to go over some scripts for you for messages when you're getting friend requests. So why don't you go ahead and read through these.
So when Marci said, don't ever send out a friend request without a personal message. So, hey, Rebecca, I saw you in the fitness group. I love the exercise tips you post. So cool to connect with you. I just sent you a friend request and would love to actually become your Facebook friend. Simple, easy, not spammy, not repulsive, doesn't put people off, and you're complimenting them, and they know where you are friends with. The fitness group, you're complimenting them, and of course, this was a very enticing thing. Why wouldn't they be your friend on this? Or the other example, hi, John, it looks like your interests align with mine. I just sent you a friend request and would love to connect with you on Facebook. Super, super simple, short, cool, and inviting.
Yeah, I love that. And like I said, and you know what's cool about this, guys, is I would highly suggest that you type these out in your notes, because you can use these very much interchangeable for different people.
Cut and paste.
So cut and paste it so you don't have to retype it. But if you have it in your notes, you can just copy it. You can paste it and make the changes you need to make, obviously on the name and the group that you're part of, all that kind of stuff. But let's make this easier and not, harder. We like easier is good, right? So here's some examples of messages for receiving friend requests, okay? So this is when someone else sends you a friend request and you may not even know who they are. You've gone and you've perused their profile, because it is so highly recommended that anybody that you're inviting to join you as a friend, or that's inviting you to be friends, that you check out their profiles first. So you're going to send this message before you accept their friend request, okay? And if you happen to accept their friend request and hadn't sent the message first, you can send it afterwards, because guess what? You can always unfriend them, okay?
Right.
So this is an example. So I am not Jess. Jess is the person that sent me the friend request. So I'm going to send her this message. Jess, how are you? Looking forward to getting to know you. And then you wait for her response. And then you'll say, thanks for reaching out. Looking forward to hearing how we got connected. So this is going to give her the opportunity to share with you exactly how she found out about you, why she wants to be connected, before you accept it or before you unfriend her, if you decide to do that. So
the key importance here, and this is why, if you remember from the previous slide, why you don't ever send out a friend request without a private message, because in this case, it was just a friend request. In this case, Jess did not say how she knew Marci. She didn't know that she didn't compliment her on her post. So Marci's reaching out to her, and you get those, most of the time you're going to get a friend request without a private message, but now you know the importance of it, and it's much more likely to connect on this.
Yeah, I love this. This is a really great tip. And by the way, guys, if you send messages with your friend requests, you are going to have a much higher rate of acceptance of those friend requests, okay? It's like, I think that you guys saw when I had my phone showing that I just had a friend request received. This is like a really big top earner in the industry that just accepted my friend request that I sent her 4 months ago.
You guys have been having correspondence.
With a message. But I've been communicating on her posts. She's seen the things that I've done, and she just got around to accepting my friend request. So it takes time sometimes, so it is patience. But do it the right way, and you'll have a much higher success rate of getting those friend requests accepted.
Absolutely.
So guys, thanks again for joining us.
Look out for Unit 3.